the mic with extra brain cells. Indeed. Yo, Hexen, how's it going? It is a day. A Wednesday, I think, even. I honestly don't know. I am very awake today. And by that I mean I'm not awake at all, but you know, is the audio alright? It sounds a bit loud on my end. It might just be this track. I'll turn it down for now. Okay, I am a tad loud, okay. That can easily be fixed. Or not. There we go. Ah, everything is breaking. Well, that's a... Sorry. Is this better? I have no idea what messed up my audio in OBS, but it's been messed up for a while. Like, the values are all completely off. So, oops. Because it was at 9 decibel for some reason. Which I know, when I changed it to that, I was already confused, but for some reason it made sense back then. I don't know what was broken. Exactly. So yeah, it's game dev in time. Ready to capture for Godot is messed up. Center vertically. Okay, how's it going? This time for real. What I'm planning to do today is basically just, we made a background last stream, which I can actually show off already. I did a few adjustments on it, but not a lot. It's basically just... shit. Everything is breaking, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. There we go. The worst part is I can't even show you what's breaking, because it's all breaking in OBS, so you can... I think my PC doesn't want anymore. This seems to be just straight up my PC refusing to work with me. Hey Sprite, may I rescale you? Last week it was all working. which is probably also the most OBS thing to have OBS. There we go. The different layers. It's basically just several different pillars in the background and like a background of different tiles, more or less. I don't know exactly how to describe it. Oh, that sounds exciting. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, what I wanted to do today is implement that background which I made into Godot. Which, first of all, I need to copy this background and actually physically put it into Godot. Godot. Assets. Create new folder. Backgrounds. Open file manager. Paste all of these in. And now we have a bunch of backgrounds. I mean, optimization is always good, I'd say, as a game dev, where optimization is actually pretty much the entire thing you do. Optimization is so important in game dev, which I suck at it, but learning and all that. I have no idea how to make a parallax background, so I'm going to do learning. Let me actually capture that window. I have a window capture here. Parallax, progress report. Something like that. Yeah. Just scale it to something that I can actually look at. Yeah, good enough. Parallax, 2D. That's a new node because they recently changed how parallax actually works. So that's why I'm using this article, because, well, they have to explain what they changed, so they have to explain how it works, right? Does that make sense? Exactly. The factory must, or in this case, the stream must grow. But yeah, the basic idea is going to be we need a parallax 2D node, which is going to handle the background. Because this is basically kind of what we want. Obviously a different style, but something in that vein of a looping parallax background. So we need parallax 2D. I get the feeling they haven't explained it at all. Let's just try it. True. If things aren't exploding, why are you even doing this? Okay, we add a parallax 2D node. Add child node, parallax 2D. So well, I agree. Sonic R? Yeah, I think Sonic R just uses, like, they went way too hard on the songs, and they didn't stop from there, which is the weirdest part. How do I... Let's read through the documentation. I do actually need to read what it does. Okay, so documentation, parallax 2D, parallax 2D, which inherits canvas item, which it's a node 2D. Okay, so parallax 2D is used to create parallax. It can move at a different speed using scroll scale. This manual scrolling is desired. Camera 2D. Okay. Any changes to this node's position made after it enters the scene tree will be overridden. Auto scroll, follow viewport, limit begin, limit end, heat size. How exactly do I get the sprite that I want to scroll? 2D parallax. Parallax is used to scroll scale. So I need to make it a child node, which I only kinda transferred from this. Yeah, that's what parallax is. That's what parallax means, basically. Like, that's exactly what parallax does. And the 2D Sonic games are really good at it. And in general, the Genesis really uses parallax a lot. And yes, I also love parallax. That's why I'm doing this, basically. Okay. The rest of this seems to be mostly troubleshooting, so let's start with making the background. So we have parallax 2D, we add a child node, which is a sprite 2D. Do I need a parallax for every single one of these? Yes. Yes. Okay, in that case, I do what I did with tilemap and add a parent node to that, which is literally just a node to D. It doesn't do anything. Called background. Why did I capitalize the G? And this is background 1, which is the closest to the screen. This is BG1 sprite. Or BG sprite 1. I don't really care. So I don't know yet at which speed this is going to scale. A bit faster or slower? Slower. Then let's just go with the values we have in 0.7. I'm just using the values from the example. I forgot to show what I just did, but it's fine, I didn't do much. I just added this node, added a parallax 2D, and then added the sprite as a child of the parallax 2D, so yeah. BG1. Actually, BG layer 1, and this is BG1. For one simple reason, so I can theoretically have multiple sprites on the same layer. And your texture is going to be this. Fine, load, not source, assets, backgrounds, let's that one. And I have a handy dandy guide for what is at each step. Yep, I hate this word so much. Now I add another parallax, which is BG layer 2. And this has BG2 and BG3. BG2 and BG3. And those are both going to scale at a little bit less than what I said for let's go with 0.5, like in the tutorial. Those shouldn't be tight. Why are they tight? Is it tight here too? Oh, yeah, it is. Now this engine. But yeah, that one gets the texture for canvas text, not canvas texture, asset, backgrounds, BG2, and you get BG3. Oh, by the way, Hexen, completely unrelated. I've been thinking about the card game you mentioned a while ago. Again. Yeah, exactly. That's why parallax is so important in movement-based games, and which is why it's such a big focus in Sonic as well. Because it conveys motion. The background should probably be first. Yeah. I wonder why. New child node. But yeah, what I was thinking about the other day was, after watching a video about environments in RPGs, like battle environments, I kind of got reminded of how the original Duel Monsters anime, like Yu-Gi-Oh, the first season, had basically the fields be influenced by the environment, which led to incredibly stupid concepts like destroying the moon, attacking the moon even. And that focus on position just reminded me. Like, it gave me the idea you could do something with position like that. Where you basically have environmental fields. How many on that free BG4 and BG5? Okay. BG4 and BG5. And BG5. Also, I'm just realizing they are sorted the wrong way, which is just perfect. No, wait. Yeah, it should be that way. Around, I think. Which is already screwing with my mind, but okay. BG layer 4 and BG6. Which is basically the sky. Oh, these also need to be switched. That's fine. And I just want to see how this looks. It's probably going to look somewhat wrong for some reason, but yes and two conclusions. A, I need more layers. I think they all need a different parallax. Because otherwise the towers just look, you know, drawn on. All of them need less of scaling in vertical. Should also readjust the window a bit. Yeah, like that. They also currently don't infinitely loop, but that's easily fixed. Like... one? 100. 320. I don't exactly know where I loop it. Let me check in the... So, does this just work this way if I just duplicate it? No worries. You get some rest. Oh, I think the positioning is wrong. That's why. Thank you. I do like where this is going. Again, it's probably not... It's not meant to be like a crazy parallax or whatever. It's just supposed to kind of sell the vibe. I think the positioning is wrong. There was something in the guide about that, like in the documentation. It needs to be positioned at the correct spot. Yeah, it doesn't... It shouldn't be at 0, 0. It should be at the position... It should be at half the screen size, so... the position of this sprite should be... Or the offset? Oh, scroll offset. That's what the point of that is. Okay. 100... 160 and 0 is fine for now. Okay, 160 doesn't quite work. Also, this one needs to loop by both directions, so what is the screen size actually? 180. So 90? Listen. Listen. You're right. But I didn't mean for that to happen. It just happened. What is wrong with you? Am I doing this wrong? This feels wrong. This should be 90, this should be 160, so it should be correct, but it isn't. Yeah, why is that not working? Oh, I know why it's not working in... Because I'm a moron. Obviously this guy doesn't loop perfectly if it isn't, if the sprite isn't perfectly looping. Well, that sucks. Um, Later problem. I'll decide that's a later problem, because there are other problems I also haven't fixed yet. Like the fact that it isn't looping correctly. Um, I should repeat it more. Shoot, that will fix it. Oh, it fixed it. Well, how the turns have tabled. I already like the feeling of depth I have from this parallax, by the way. And that's before I set up the other ones. I was planning on making it, maybe asking Dan for help with a little bit. He still knows. It's kind of funny. I've worked on some emotes for him, and most of them he doesn't use anymore, so I don't really care either way. But like, technically still owes me money. I just don't really care about it, because frankly he can use it more than I can right now anyways, so. And scroll offset 160, right. And that should work for all of them. Obviously I should probably make more layers for the towers, but yeah, I'm probably going to make most of the music myself, because it's something I want to get better at anyway, so no reason not to. I actually still want to have I'll definitely keep it in mind. It's definitely a good option to... Like, it's always good to have options in mind. Obviously. 160... 90... 320. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that's maybe a little too deep down. Never mind then. Yeah. Why are you not looping? Oh, because I'm a moron again. Yeah, this is definitely going to feel weird if the towers move independently. Um... Um... I also want them to have a bit more... I think I'm actually going to tie these together again. What? This game engine. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it just makes it feel more it feels like there's space. And again, I think there's still much I can improve on it too. BG layer 6, BG layer 5, then I need a new layer, add child node, parallax 2D, BG layer 4, BG layer 4, if you are not 0.3, you should be not 0.4. You're BG layer 3 now. And I need another BG layer 2. Yeah, it makes it feel like this isn't just a flat world, but actually a space, basically. 7, 6, 0.6. And I need to add the repeat stuff. So 320, no, not 320, 160, 320, and 3. And the same for BG layer 2. 160, 320. Yeah, it just... If you make it... It's kind of what makes the shadows in Super Mario 3, SMB3, so interesting. Because they sell that effect of it being a stage play. Like they just add a little bit of depth, while also making you feel like it's close. Which is such an interesting stylistic choice. Okay, now that we have the... Yeah, definitely agree. It's weird how it's portraying its word. Let's see how this looks. I'm not sure. Let's try half of that. 3.5. No, not 3.5, 3.5. And this is then 3. And you are 2.5 or 2.5. Two. 1.5 or 1.5. Mario games are weird if you think about it. Which, to be fair, a lot of games are weird if you think about them too much. This is not working quite the way I had hoped. It's windy. Which is good, because it was pretty hot before, so I take that. I just... Let's try something different. You're 05, so let's keep you at 05. But instead of going 1 up, we only go half a step up. So 5-5. 6. 4-5. 4. And 3-5. Let's try it. Parallax is a lot of just trial and error, really. Which a lot of things in games are, to be fair. Sometimes you just gotta try to figure out what works best. But I like this. It's simple, not too complex, but it works. Don't pay attention to the fact that you can look down. I might just need to make my parallax sprites bigger in general. Which is fine, it's fine. I just need to figure out how I do that. But I do understand the theory now, and I agree the changes they made to parallax made them very easy. But I do like the style of parallax, like... I think the way I'm doing it works well. And again, it doesn't do much, but it adds a little bit of depth to this. Well, that was way easier than I expected. I didn't actually... I didn't have anything else for today planned. Oops. How late is it? It's obviously not very late. Yeah, we've been going for like an hour. That's not much at all. We have options. We could try and fix this parallax, which frankly I don't really care if it's broken or not. Because again, this is just a test. This stage is never going to be seen by anyone except us, and maybe if I have a debug code for it. But if you already go out of your way to have a debug code for it, you... That... I was thinking of doing something like that for the finale of the game, actually. To summarize the story we kind of worked out. You're basically just a nobody who found this crazy suit and is sent on a mission to stop a bounty hunter from blowing up the planet, because that's what bounty hunters do, right? Samus. So yeah. And basically the final level is a race to the like to the self-destruct button of the game. Yo, Creeper, how's it going? Yeah, plot, very loosely. But yeah, that was basically the idea I had with the story, that you have like a race in the end to see who can reach the self-destruct button of the planet first. Because otherwise it wouldn't be silly. Hey, Crip, how's it going? Yeah. We just implemented parallax for the test stage, which isn't actually that relevant. I just wanted to test how parallax works. And it works well. Oh, no worries. Hope classes are going alright at least. But yeah, we basically implemented this parallax now, and it's looking good. I like it. It's not perfect by any means, but that's because it's completely grayscale. The stage doesn't have particularly many interesting features. What I do like to see though is the strategy I use for highlighting what is ground and what isn't works. Like, you can see that it's working. Because the black outline makes it very clear what is ground and what isn't. Even though the background is basically... Yeah! I didn't really know... I didn't really have plans for what to do after this, because I expected it to go way worse. I wanted to check something. Where's my background? Where's layer 2? Oh, I have a Z index, I'm a moron. Oh, I'm a moron. No, not a child of layer 5, you. So, your 0, your ordering is -1, which is relative to minus 2. Actually, I'm going to do -4, -3, and so on, because... -2 and -1. This should anyway be BG layer 0, actually, but I didn't do it, so... -5 and minus... I was thinking about implementing a moron counter. But I also don't want to steal the dummy tags. And you are -1. So everything on the background is by default 1 layer below the tile map. So yeah. I did a smart. This doesn't really change anything, by the way. I just wanted to do it so it actually makes sense in code why they lay it this way. What just happened there? Why didn't I get the wall jump? I mean, I probably just hit the wall, but... You are in fact correct. But also... No, I don't even know what I can say against it, you're right. Okay. I think I'm going to take a quick break. Which I'm so sorry for you, good creeper, you just got here and I'm pretty much taking a break. But I need to think about what I do now, so I'll be right back. I did not expect to be at this point yet. Alrighty, I'm back. Wrong scene. No, I'm not ending. that would be incredibly funny, but no. I have thought about what to do. I'm quitting. No, I think I want to do more parallax stuff. Just make another background for the actual level. Because I have an idea already in mind. I just don't know how to best do that yet. If I need different parallax backgrounds for each area of the, like each level, or if I just make a parallax for the entire area. Alright, no worries. Take care. Hope your class goes by quick. But yeah, I have kind of an idea with like a harbor kind of area. Yeah, definitely do. I think the wind just opened my door. Of not walk in. Yeah, I'll be going for a bit still. I don't know for how long, but depending on how long your class goes, I might very likely still be here. Chapter 1. So I'll just, for now I'll just assume I'm doing one for each level. I can still change the name of the background later. I'm obviously using as reference the background I did for the test stage, but I'm not going to keep most of this actually. New layer. I start from the beginning. First things first. I'm going to double the size of the reference. This is important for one singular reason. Actually, let's use yellow. Yikes, let's use red. This is useful for one singular reason, so I know how big the screen actually is. Canvas size, and then I'll just add 160 in both directions. 60 and 90 top and bottom. So now we have double the size. Actually 4 times the size, but you get the idea. And yeah, that's pretty much already the basis of what I changed. Sky. I need some sort of sky color. Luckily I have a pretty good sky color reference somewhere. One sec. Yeah. I can just steal my own colors. Like a heathen. Layer 1, which is going to be sky. Properties, reference, opacity. 50. 50 should be enough, yeah. What this basically allows me to do is, it allows me to see where the screen is and plan around it. And I think those are shaded correctly. I'll just shade it again. $35, so the next darker color would be 45, 85, and 215. I have a system for shading by now. I pretty much use it all the time. So 70, 55. It doesn't work always, but I think it's a good basis to start with. Because it generally gets the hue done pretty well. Then actually 20. And 5. Yeah. That should give us a good basis to work with. I don't do skies a lot. I don't like working with skies. So this is a learning experience for me. Actually, let me just use the pen. And this is probably just how I'm going to do this for the rest of the sprite. Basically just squiggly lines to indicate sort of like clouds very far away. I've seen it in another artwork and I really liked it. So I'm totally stealing it. I'm also going to turn the background temporarily white so I can see what I'm actually doing. A bit too much. Yeah, something like this. I don't mind if it looks a bit chaotic because I mean, it's clouds. Clouds aren't particularly known to be most stable of constructs. Not that this is ever going to come up, but I might need a dark color. One darker color anyways. 55. 65 and 225. But yeah, I definitely think just doing these squiggly lines is a good way of getting naturally looking clouds. Clouds and skies, I think. And again, I saw it somewhere and thought it looks pretty cool, so I wanted to give it a try. Yeah. And it might not look good, and I might change it, but I want to give this a try at least. This is working good for clouds. I don't know if it's working good as a sky in general. Yeah, no, I don't think it's working as well as I had hoped, but that's fine. I can also just not do mud, like I can also just do a pretty simple sky, like I might just try this instead. With a little bit of parallax like I did, not parallax, dithering like I did it here. Because that makes for a very smooth transition. Dithering is a really good tool in that regard. How do I make a brush again? Add. Brush. Yeah, like, so I can just do an entire square of just this. And it doesn't hurt to have a relatively big area for dithering, because dithering fakes more or less another color, which is really useful to have. Actually going to move this up a bit. Can delete that one, but now I'm good. Now I can make this pattern, which is the next thing I'm going to make a brush. That way. No, not like this. Not like this. More like that, yeah. And the same pattern here, but in reverse. What it basically just does is it smoothens the transition between the two areas, which is actually really useful to have. I messed up. Yeah, like, I should probably also link extend this pattern a little bit further. Just so it extends far enough. Yeah, like that. And then one more, which is basically just that, but even thinner. I'm basically just slowly thinning out the pixels. Which is just a very pretty effect in my opinion. And again, also smooths it very good. Makes the transition feel less weird. The same on this side. I messed up. Oh, because I'm using the wrong tool. That would explain it. Can I do this with the line tool? I can! That's useful. And now I just delete this. And that's a pretty smooth transition. Oh, smooth enough. And we liked it so much, we are doing it again. I'll just... Don't worry, I'll fix it in post. Connectivity, because that makes this a bit faster, just a little bit. Can also only do so much, so yeah. I think I chose the wrong color. Yeah, I chose the wrong color. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, this is a bit of a slow process because I need to always set this up and then... What if I just make this entire thing a brush? Why am I allowed? Why am I allowed to do this? But it worked. And I don't think we do have a brighter color than this. Well, shit. Let's just copy one of these. these. Up here. Actually, one lower. And delete that. Yeah, like that. Again, a bit slow, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then just replace all of these. And copy this over. Again with the brush, because it's just quicker that way. I should use brushes more often, to be honest. Yo, Dugan, how's it going? I just don't. Because they are a bit tedious to work with. And hopefully this never has to loop, because then we are in trouble. Actually, moving this up a little bit. Yeah. Delete that brush. Yeah, this is a bit more even. Okay, this is a pretty standard sky. Well, ignoring the red rectangle. Most of this will probably never be seen by the player. Or maybe it will. We'll see. But... next step. Next layer. Clouds. I just spelled clouds with G. Well, stream's cancelled. Goodbye everyone, we had a good run. Okay, jokes aside. Clouds are relatively simple. Actually, the biggest issue is how many clouds I'm going to need, so I'm probably going to do 2 layers for clouds. Maybe more. That's just wide. Because frankly, there's not much more to go after this. So I guess we just copy white over. And I can get rid of all of these. Yeah. Clouds. Clouds aren't particularly difficult to make. I just need to place them actually low enough that you can see them. the theory behind making clouds is really as simple as squiggly line. I would love to say there's more to this than that, but there's not. The biggest thing is I need to pay attention that they can actually loop properly. Which is admittedly a problem. Also, this looks kind of weird to me. Yeah, that looks better. Slightly. Not by much, admittedly. Yeah, actually, hang on. Also, this is kind of totally not the vibe I wanted for the stage, so, Fudge? Yeah, it's too bright. The stage is currently too bright. Alright. I do this mistake. I would like to say I do this mistake every time, but that's not even it. I just normally have the patience to not bother with making brushes, so I just also don't want to spend the entire stream doing brushes. Okay, I make 2 brushes now. So I delete this brush. I make 1 brush that is all of these. The idea being that I can just use these for all the colors instead of having to make a new brush every time. So 1 brush, and the second one is this brush. Right. And this one I'm going to immediately use. Okay, and the same procedure again. So I select brush. Where did the brush go? Okay, let's try this again. It's kind of why I dislike the brush system, because saving brushes is weird. Why did you now save it as a different brush? Whatever. I don't want to understand. I just don't. I'm fine with not understanding. Over here. I just think this needs to be a darker stage, because this is like the beginning of the game, so not much is happening yet. Maybe some stars later as well. But it also means the clouds need to be darker. Could this please behave? Why does it not line up? Thanks for the follow. Why? What? Brush, please. Because. Well, that works. Not the pattern brush. And now that pattern brush, that one, and with that color, and then we should have it, finally. After it refused to work with me for so long. It's now just the darker sky. Not much, really. And now I delete all of these. Because I have no clue why they're behaving that way anyways. The clouds need to be darker too, so... I guess we're using that color now. No, not quite as far. I'm not having a steady hand today. Which is fine, I can fix it later. Where does this need to be? Over there. Okay. Right at the... I just need to slowly start combining these together so they make some amount of sense as a background together. I also need to stop swinging so far. Yeah. No, not that. This is gonna be ugly. I mean, I was already convinced these clouds are not going to be my best clouds so far. That's fine actually. Could be worse. This is very much just a top layer, so clouds. Actually, it should be the last layer of the clouds, but like top as in actually. How do you call it? I guess cloud ceiling? I don't know. I'm not trying to translate it one. I think that's not going to get me anywhere. But yeah, cloud ceiling. The main purpose of this is really, it shouldn't, you know, obscure the... like, it won't obscure the moving clouds, the clouds that actually move a lot. Where is the hole? Where did I screw up? Oh, nowhere. I just still have it set to 8-way connected. Yeah. This is not the color I'm going for. This is so definitely not the color I want to go for with this. But... we can reshade it later when it's done a bit more. But yeah, then here the idea is basically doing the same as I did with before, where I just... basically I'm just adding a little bit of thickness to different areas of it by having the shading be a bit inconsistent. So some areas have thinner shading while others have thicker shading, which is... because again, this is a cloud, this isn't like some common material or whatever. It's gonna look however it wants to. I feel like this area should be a bit thicker. Not quite as much, but... just to give it a bit more depth than you would get just from seeing the clouds. Because this one is going to be relatively simple in structure. Because it's not meant to be anything like insane. I should also pay attention to how thick it is here, so I can immediately continue over this on this side. So yeah, I think this is looking good so far. Yeah, don't want to erase everything. I actually think it should go in that direction instead. Yeah. And it's already a lot of... Just by adding a little bit of shading, I already have a lot of depth here, but there's a lot more you can do if you basically draw a second layer of clouds here, which is gonna be on its own layer. So it can move independently. And I'll do pretty much the same I did before, where I just take these wide swings. But with one major difference being that I allow myself to go a lot deeper. Nah, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Keys, even. But yeah, here the goal is going to be a lot more on covering area that hasn't been covered yet. Just to add a little bit more to this. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I don't know what else to add here. It's clouds. It's making clouds is just weird, but also fun. It's mainly just you. There aren't any rules on like how do you do clouds. It's just they're shades. Weird amalgamous shades. Where is that? 51. 51. Quite as far, but you get the idea. Yeah. And that should already be enough, so I can... Where's the hole? Where did I miss up? Is the leak? With such big sprites, it gets difficult finding leads. Using a different color might make this a bit easier. No, it's for pixel connectivity, so it has to be a lead. There. There we go. And now it's about finishing shading. Yeah. I'm really not used, by the way, to working on such big images, like backgrounds, which I think might be a part of the reason why I'm still relatively slow with it, because I just don't know how to deal with it, like how to best do these things. But anyways, how's it going, everyone? How are you? How are you keeping up with all of this? And how's everyone doing in general? Like, today's a weird day. I feel like I personally don't have a lot of energy. Don't know if other people can relate with this. But it feels very much like a low energy day. This is a weird shape. This bowl kind of shape. Mainly for shading, it's just weird. I'm using very simple shading for this as well, because I feel like either you do really much for shading clouds, or you do barely anything. There is no in between. You either need to undercommit or overcommit. Because clouds are something that you can easily mess up otherwise. How figure you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 pixels. go. 6 pixels. And this one. I should maybe change the tag, like the stream category, to pixel art or art. Because currently I'm actually not doing all that much game dev. But this is part of game dev, so I don't know. Okay, now we have this great cloud ceiling. First things first, I want it darker. Wrong. Maybe not quite that much darker. Actually, no, I like how this looks. Could see how this could work really well with scrolling. So... and then there are just these random lines that I tend to add to clouds. Just to make it seem like they have more texture than they actually do. So that the clouds don't just seem like they're one flat object. Again, very freehand, which I don't usually do a lot, so it's kind of just improvising. Yeah, stuff like that. This is relatively slow, like it takes just a little bit to get done. By the way, I just remembered something. Sage started recently, I don't know when exactly, but the Sonic Amateur Games Expo. Done the last few years. I've always done some of the games there. I'm kinda interested to do this again, but I'm not quite sure if I'm interested in the games there. Like, from what I've seen of the trailer already, it's not bad, but it's nothing that really speaks to me, except maybe Rush 3D, because someone did basically a fan remake of Sonic Rush in 3D, or a demo thereof. I don't know how much they've already done. Which that would actually interest me to try, because the Rush series was very influential for me, especially Colors DS, but also Rush Adventure and Rush. But yeah, if anyone has suggestions for games I should check out. I don't think I would just do 1 or 2 games, but if we can get a few games to try, I might actually do a stream for Sage. I might actually do a post about it in my Discord as well. So yeah. Probably get to that after stream. Something that can fit into this gap. Yeah, something like that. I should probably not do something that laps over. That's probably an issue. I should also not do something that goes in the same direction as that one. Yeah, sure. You can be a bit deeper. So can you. So you should probably go. Actually, you should probably be the higher one and you should be the lower one. Just add a little bit more to that one, because those are all kind of vertically the same position. Really, I think that one can just go. Looking at it again, I think that one's just too much. Yeah, that's one layer of clouds down. I'll take a quick break, and I'll take care of the second layer. then that's over, I think. I don't know. But welcome back, French. Glad to hear you are in fact alive. That is very calming, in fact. Yeah, what I was just saying earlier, by the way, which might interest you, Sage, so Sonic Amateur Games Expo, starting soon, TM? I think it's already begun, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing some stuff for Sage, but that depends a lot on how many games there are that really interest me, and currently there are, for me personally, there aren't that many, but I might make a post later, and if you all have ideas for games I should check out at Sage, I'd be down. I just need more than just the few games that I might wanna check out. Because it's not that the games look bad, it's just nothing catches my eye personally. But I'd be willing to check out stuff if other people are interested. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? Well, shoot. Not a big deal, actually. Dragon install. I do really like Ride the Fire for someone who has barely played Exo. I don't know, Exo just doesn't wipe with me the same way Strive does. I should probably give this a bit more of a curve. Yeah, like that. But yeah, in general, something I wanted to talk about stream in general currently is just I'm kinda not. I don't know. It's not that I don't want to stream because I'm still enjoying it. It's just I don't know what to stream. Nothing really excites me currently to really stream it. And part of that is that a lot of the things I would like to stream are only going to release soonish. It's also just that I'm not burned out, but I'm definitely kind of feeling like I'm not doing as well with this as I could be. Not even in terms of numbers or anything, just I don't feel like I'm doing something enjoyable. Like, I want to put more into my content, I guess, and what I'm doing here, but I just don't have the time. Because I don't want to take more time for this than I already do. Not right now, anyways. It's just... I don't want to stop streaming, obviously, because I'm enjoying this. It's not that I'm not enjoying this at all, it's just... I want to do better than I'm doing currently with this, and I don't know how. Because I don't think it's an issue with, like, the effort I put into my overlay or the effort I put into... I guess... The issue for me really is it feels like something I'm not doing right, and I don't know how to do it better. Like, not in a pessimistic way or anything, but I do kind of feel like I'm the worst part of the stream. Which, obviously, isn't quite true. But... I just want to bring more to the table than I currently do. And part of it is just that I don't have the energy I used to have. Just don't have a lot of energy right now. And that's fine, it's just frustrating. Yeah. I don't know. Part of it is also I don't know what would be fun for me to do right now. Like, what I would enjoy streaming, but also what other people would enjoy watching me stream. And that's kind of the issue. Because there's a lot of things I want to stream, but don't know when to stream, or stuff that I would want to stream with someone, or at least not alone. Yo, friends, how's it going? No, you. But yeah, it's just... I don't know, it's just, I don't feel as engaged with this anymore because I feel other people are not engaged with this anymore, and this is not blaming anyone here, this is me saying... For me, it's draining that I don't have the feeling I'm engaging enough to make this interesting, I guess. And that's something I want to change on my content, but I don't know how. And there's no deeper announcement or anything about this. I'm not going to quit right now, I'm not going to take a break, because I already did take a break, and I'm not... I don't know what I would change yet on the content, so, or on what I'm doing, so... Yeah. I don't think what I'm doing isn't cool. I just think it's not what I want this to be. I want this to be more than it already is. And I just don't know how to engage in a way that I would find interesting. Yo, Zach, how's it going? It's just, I like these moments where we have conversations about stuff, but I don't know how to properly make that happen. Partially because, obviously, people aren't always going to be here, which is one issue I don't really have much control about, as much as it bothers me. Because I don't care about the numbers in terms of success or whatever, but it's like talking to people. It's difficult to get back on track, like the conversation back on track, or start a new conversation when I pretty much already lost that aspect of the stream. And it's different from stream to stream, like every other day it's different. It's just something I need to figure out. Because obviously I can't just blame this entire problem on, oh, you all just don't show up. Because that doesn't solve the issue. And more importantly, I don't want people to feel bad for not being here. Like, that's not what I want. Because if people feel bad for being here, then they wouldn't want to be here anyways. So yeah, I don't exactly know what I'm going to do about this, if I can't even do anything about it right now. It just, I want to change something and I don't know what. And that's kind of also why I'm struggling deciding what I want to stream currently, because that's part of the issue. I know a lot of things I'm streaming don't do as well, but I don't know what I should, in quotation, should stream. Because I also don't just want to stream whatever is popular just because it's popular. I wouldn't enjoy that either. Data. It's especially, I don't want the numbers to ruin my fun at this, because that's not what I'm here for. That's not why I'm doing this. Nice. I like fried chicken and rice, or in general. Chicken and rice are probably my two favorite things. But yeah, it's just... It's obviously demotivating, like... I don't want to... just give up or anything, but... It's especially... I don't care as much about the numbers if there are people there I actually, you know, get to talk with, have fun conversations. It's moments like when I'm working on sprites where often just nobody talks. Which, again, I don't blame anyone for not talking. It's on me to do something more engaging with them than just sitting here and talking about sprites. Because what I'm doing here isn't particularly interesting. How dare. But yeah, it's just figuring out what I want to do with this now. Ooh, this looks really good. I'm a little bit too insane for that. I mean, what? Oh, Zach, speaking of, I haven't shown you yet the parallax we made. We worked on it last stream already, but I finally implemented it into thanks. I implemented it in the test scene now. It's not perfect, but for a test, and it demonstrates so well why parallax is important. There are some issues with it, like yeah, I just wanted to stick with the theme, and I thought it was funny just having the different pillars like the platforms we just randomly have here. And I really like it also shows off how this system works I have for differentiating backgrounds from the actual floor. It really showcases how the black outlines highlight what you can stand on and what you can't. I might keep it as a debug area, but then I would have to fix the background, and again, it's not perfect. It works, but it's not perfect. But yeah, I like how it looks. It really functions, especially. It does what it's supposed to do. Well, that was jank. I kinda love it. But yeah. And that's basically what I'm working on for the actual first level now. Adding some sort of background. So yeah. But yeah, my main issue currently is really just I need to learn how to... I was lucky in that I never really had to stream just for myself. I always had Silic, I always had some friends around. So I was never streaming to no one. But that makes it, for me, a lot more difficult to deal with those situations where I'm just sitting here on my own. Because I don't know how I don't know anymore how to speak with a void. I think I remember, yeah. There's going to be more to this, so I'll take care of clouds later. I'll group them together in a group sky for now. Next layer, the ocean. Yeah, it's weird. It's especially for a person as in a way opinionated as I am about a lot of things in the games industry. I don't talk about it a lot. Yeah, and that's something I need to get used to again. I used to be better at it. I'm not anymore. Yeah. And it's just partially it's just a skill I need to learn, but I also just I need to find things that may, because that's the other thing. I'm not really interested in streaming anything specific right now, which is why game dev works so well for me, because it's a thing I'm interested in doing, but it's not like a game I'm streaming or anything. Let's take care of the ocean later. I have an idea for the city. I need some colors. I mean, yes. It does have a versus mode. I don't know if it works online, but it probably works via remote play. Look at that, a lighthouse. I don't think it would work, randomizing the boss mode. It also would break pretty badly, probably. I already do not like these colors. Who picked those? Probably me, if I... Thunderbolted lightning, very, very frightening me. Reminds me. don't actually know if Sulek's here yet. In which case, oh no. But yeah, I was thinking of something like, of having like a city on the right side of the screen. You, Sulek. I guess you are home then. I didn't hear when you got home, but... yeah. That should work. No worries. I was just genuinely not sure if you got here. And with the thunderstorm outside, I was getting kinda worried. Is that even the right color? Yeah, it is the right color. I should actually just copy these colors. It's kind of the point. Yeah. I mean... Look, listen. Just wasn't sure. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's alright. Again, I'm not here to blame anyone for not being here. I'm just... kind of exhausted with this. Yeah, sure. Why not? And then just these spots everywhere. Oh. Oh. That's a problem. Yeah. I hate IRL. Least favorite game. Graphics are terrible too. But no, it's just... I mean, so funny story. I don't own Monster Hunter, but if I remember correctly, Silic does. At least one Monster Hunter, I think what? And since we have library share, I mean, true. But why one purple man? If you can have two purple, converters. Now I have to make houses again. I hate houses. Making houses is such a pain. There's some political commentary in there somewhere. I'm never happy with my houses, to be honest. Like, I don't know, I just don't like making houses. Now I need to think about how I do this differently. I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea for what I want to go for. Hang on. Wait. I guess, yeah. Wrong. Something I very much like that I'm hovering like over the Wikipedia image bar thing. But yeah, very much something in that vein of like the Riverside in Manhattan or something like, or other big cities, London, pick your poison. Maybe a bit more modern, maybe a bit more, but something in that direction, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. Also, kinda that angle, a bit more... No, actually pretty much this angle. But it's kinda difficult to, you know, do. But I think keeping this image as a reference is a good idea. Trump plays from mid-Hudson. Is this one of Trump's buildings? Yikes. Well, I'll use it as a reference anyways, reluctantly. But yes, very much something in that vibe of like facing towards. Does this count as stealing his NFT? Are cities fungible? Are buildings fungible? But yeah, something more angled like that. Yeah. And have the roof be a bit more angled as well. Oh, yikes, what have I done to myself? Why is art such a pain? Why does art hate me? I hate how right you are. Actually, you know what? That was a predictable outcome. Probably not. go for too much longer. By the way, I'm slowly getting hungry actually. So can still make this a bit more. Yeah, that works. That looks okay. It doesn't look terrible. This building is just a box, which is somehow the most futuristic thing I can think of. Ah, the future is bright. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's a building. I'm not going to win any, you know, architecture competitions with this, but you know what? Screw them. What do they know about art? I probably... I agree. It does actually really give me Into the Breach vibes, and probably mainly the angle. Let's be real. It's probably the angle. But I totally get what you mean. I should play Into the Breach again. It's a fun game, even if it's completely unfair. Or maybe because it's completely unfair. Is this good? It's okay. I might have to redo this at some point, but for my current skill level, I'm okay with this. It's not what I wanted, but it works. Honestly, my bigger issue is that it kind of just doesn't fit with the angle of the platform. Oh god, no. Chat, you know what we have to do, right? Why am I doing this to myself? Why do I hate myself? So... actually, I can probably move this up. This is gonna suck. I'm going with this is going to suck. But now I'm doing it, so tough luck me. Yeah. Welcome to a hell of my own making. Well, I'm going to do this for the next half an hour or so. I really love the intro for... Now that I hear it again, I do really love the opening for Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII is another one of those things that I'm in theory excited to stream, but I kind of want to do some stuff for it first before I stream it, because I kind of like the idea of having the bosses I fight in the game also available as bosses in stream avatars. But I am kind of skeptical on the idea anyway, because it's simply... it takes up screen space, which, especially with Remake, I kind of want to have the game, like the recording, be visible, so I might not do it for Remake. Yeah, it's just something I found would be a cool idea, but I also think I'm not going to. I currently just don't have the energy to do that. So probably at some point just going to do Final Fantasy VII without preparing anything, which is fine, because it's, again, it's something I would have liked to do, but it's too much effort. And maybe I can come back to that idea another time. But not... I'm so mixed on stream avatars because it's fun, but it's also way too much setup. Yeah, and I think that could work very well for you. I'm just kind of more ambitious in my own way. Like, not that you aren't ambitious, but more ambitious in the sense of I want to have a lot of things in there. So I want to have a lot of different games represented. Stuff I just do. Which is a cool idea until you realize that you have to actually do that stuff. And I think the better I get at animating, the easier it gets. Because animating stuff is really the hard part for me in making these things. How much distance is that? 26. I'll move you 4 up. So now the distance is 30, and I move those up, so the distance is 30. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just so it looks like there's actually space for this building to stand on. How did I fail so badly? It's fine. But then I'd rather take 32. It's a nice round number. But yeah, I also was kind of thinking about doing the different icon fights from 16 as bosses and stream avatars. And while I would be a lot more conservative in animating them, like have them more in classic Final Fantasy style, it's still a lot of work, and I'm just not feeling that either, so I'm probably not going to do it either. Mainly because the game releases in 13 days? I think it releases in 13 days. So which at that point I know what I'm going to stream, because I've been hyped for 16 for a long time. Which is weird because I think it's actually kind of made. Again, we had the discussion before, it falls off pretty hard after Bahamut. Partially because Bahamut is such a great moment in the game. Also, I'm going to need like 5,000 content warnings for 16. I'm already so excited. Yeah. It's in some. My main issue with the boss fights in Stream Avatars are actually that it isn't code. Which means the system has so many arbitrary restrictions that you just have to work around. There are just so many systems that I don't understand how they work. Part of that is just that it's not well documented. Yeah. But I also get that they don't want to make the system primarily focused on programmers. Like, I get it. It's just... makes the system a lot less approachable than it... The issue that I see with it is just it's still too complex for me to say it would work easier for people who don't have coding experience. Which just makes it end up being kind of useless for everyone. Dear God. I hope you don't mind. I hope... We heard you like ads, so we added ads to your ass. Anyways, when I'm done with this side, I'm probably with this layer, I'm probably going to, or just with this, honestly, just this. Once I diagonalize this, I'm probably just going to call it. I am getting very hungry and exhausted. Hangy. Another thing I just really struggle with currently, a lot of the things I want to do just take so much time. And I don't have a lot of time, especially not for stream. Because I only have these 2 days per week and I don't want to pick up another days currently. Not while I'm in uni. Not while I'm still living here. Once I'm moving out and live a little bit more on my own schedule, that's a lot easier again. But yeah, it's especially just stuff like RPGs just take a lot of time, which is why I'm probably not going to stream a lot of RPGs in the future, especially not classical RPGs. Action RPGs, sure. But unless I have time to actually commit to a longer RPG, I mean, it's basically why I stopped streaming Persona 5 as well. Or paused streaming Persona 5. Because it's just such a long game. The Persona 5 is even worse because it locks your progression behind time. Which, mind you, is a cool system. It makes it even more of a drag to get through. Which is a shame because I do actually enjoy it. It's just, it feels like I'm not playing the game half the time. You know what I mean? But that's kind of the issue. There's not a drought of content. It's not something the games industry struggles with, and it's not something I really struggle with either. I'm struggling with the fact that I have too much content. And that's also an issue as an indie dev, because as an indie dev it's easy to get drowned among all the that's not how that I'm so excited for the metal boss fight in Shadow Generations, by the way. No content. I mean, I could do just chatting streams, but I feel like that's just playing into my weakness. Also, I've just attacked every single just chatting streamer come at me. But yeah, that's why 7 is probably going to be the last classical RPG I'm going to play for a while. And 7 is also the only reason I'm even playing it, because Remake makes no sense without 7. I do really want to do stuff with you guys together again. It's just, again, finding the time. But yeah, this is looking somewhat promising. It would be kind of funny. No content allowed. Is it? That has to be a podcast already. It cannot be. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it for today. This is going to take a lot more time, and I might do a lot of this off stream, because backgrounds are a pain. Plus, it gives me something to do off stream for this project, so that's good. Yeah. That's it from me. Like, I'm done. Today was the day. It's even funnier because it's literally just a box. But yeah, this was fun. Again, it's a bit the struggle I have with just not knowing what to do, but I'm certain it's not something I'm going to be stuck with forever. It's I need to just find the motivation again, and would you be surprised if depression makes this difficult? Yeah, it's just I need to do things, and want to do things. I just need to find out what to do. It is. It really is. Yeah, I just... Yeah, we do. I'm not going to start anything big anytime soon, because, as I mentioned, 17 releases soon, and also Sonic X Shadow Generations releases soon, so my plan is probably 16, then when Shadow comes out Shadow, and then we'll see. Probably 7, finally. 7 might be the big thing I do next year. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to that. I still need to get it, but yeah. I hope they have Immer. Emmer? Emer? How do you pronounce his name actually? But yeah, let's find someone to raid. Shall we? Next Friday we might do like this Friday. Again, if you find enough games in. Now, Zach, please. No. Friday I might do Sage stuff if I find enough interesting games, or if you suggest enough interesting games. Again, I'm going to make a post. And otherwise, I'll see what I do. I might do some solo speedruns as well. Like I might just do a dread run or something. I don't know. Wanted to learn more dread stuff again. To raid Trip is live. Winger is live. I need to get back into learning speedrunning, like doing. Well, if you say that. Well, shit. I haven't raided Dan in a while. And especially it's a Wednesday. He never goes live on a Wednesday. Yeah, let's raid Dan. Raid. Sometimes I feel like Dan has it out for me. Like, is it just me or am I the butt of the jokes? All the time. Not that I mind, it's funny. Raid message. I mean, will we get another toxic musical greeting is kind of funny. Yeah. Use whatever raid emote you like. Yeah. I'll see you all around. Probably Friday, if not next Wednesday. So, yeah. Until then, bye.